All right, let's talk about porn.
Oof, fun.
We ready?
Yep. So often, half the people in a house will be watching porn and no one talks about porn.
Yes.
It's not discussed, it's this taboo thing, it's something that I have vivid memories of, the watching porn on a laptop, it freezing, and then you freaking out going, how do I get this off? And then someone goes to open the door and you slam the computer down because you're like, I'm knitting, I don't know what I'm, Like there's this whole idea of you can't talk about a really normal thing that is happening because whether we go into the kind of negatives, positives, any of this about porn, it's quite a normal part of young people's sexual education. Even though I don't look at porn as a particularly educational thing, simply because it is filmed and created in a way that is for entertainment. It's like you don't learn how to drive a car by watching Tokyo Drift because you end up being a terrible driver.
It might seem like it gets our desires, it understands us, but it's telling us what to desire. It's writing that script for the purposes of non-altruism, for other purposes. So I guess viewing porn as like sure, there's an itch I can maybe scratch, but it's not the be-all and end-all of the story.
Spot on. I really worry about the preparation for intimacy piece where, similar to learning how to drive, it's like if this is how you're preparing or conditioning yourself to finally be intimate with someone, it's going to be a completely different experience to what you're preparing for. If you're doing it in this private, shameful, high-octane way, and then getting this dopamine hit from the porn that you're watching, thinking that it's fast, hard, shameful, by the time you're going to be standing in front of another person, it's just going to be a completely different experience to the way that you've prepared yourself.
Myths in porn, that idea that you don't use condoms or you don't use any sort of safe sex practices, which just means that you don't see it in the video, but that doesn't mean that safe sex isn't a conversation that happens when you make porn.
They also make sex acts look like the easiest thing in the world that you can just do with the click of your finger. And we know in reality that a lot of these things involve communication, progression, consent.
Well, I guess they're watching a fantasy, which they might be watching the 2 minutes and they miss the 5-minute consent conversation and the condom and the safer sex conversation before the camera started.